Cupcakes?
Hey.
There he is.
Hi, my man. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year, Luke.
Well, Johnny, first time I've had you on the Room podcast. Welcome on, buddy. It's a pleasure. How was your holidays? I'll ask that first, man. I know you're cutting weight and you're getting ready for a fight, but how was your holidays, buddy?
It was wonderful. It's a pleasure to be on. I didn't get to eat the foods that I'd like to eat, like pecan pie. That comes to mind really quick. But yeah, otherwise it was still lovely. How was yours?
I had amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
spent time with my
Mine
daughter.
was quiet.
Had a
Mine
good
was.
time.
We didn't talk about
Yeah.
this because you came in a little late.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I gotta just mention that. But yeah, I had a very mellow one, man. I took no selfies, nothing, and that's
You're a good boy.
unlike me.
You're a good
You know
boy.
what I mean?
That's
It was
awesome.
like holy
I'm
cow.
impressed.
But Johnny, big fight coming, man. How you feeling? And thank you again. I put it on social media. That big shout out to you for taking this fight. Late notice, man. How you feeling about this matchup and going Saturday and headlining a big reality card?
I feel really good. It's an outstanding opportunity to be able to headline such a big card, especially with title fight on the card. It's pretty awesome that Johnny and I are still taking the main event. He's a machine. I look forward to testing myself against such a high-level MMA fighter. I think he's great on the ground, and I think I'm going to look to just try to be the bigger man in the cage and push the pace in a way that forces the fight into places where I have advantages, and I really look forward to scrapping with him.
You know, Johnny, you're no stranger to big fights. I mean, I've called you this, and don't take it the wrong way, but you truly are one of the pioneers of MMA locally, right? And you're no stranger to big fights. Anything different about this fight going into it?
No, not necessarily. Everything it feels like a pretty typical fight. Just another fight at that, high level at this local scene, fighting just killers whenever given the opportunity to do so. And I intend on just keeping the ball rolling in 2019. This is something that I really, really, really love to do, and I love getting better all the time in the gym. And one of the best motivators to get better and improve and evolve is to have fights and to have new opponents with new skill sets and new reasons for me to get better at different things.
Yeah, Johnny, you fought the who's who in MMA. I mean, for years now. You get this win. You get this win coming up on Saturday against the number 2 ranked, debatably the number 1 ranked flyweight. Where's that put Johnny Campbell, you think?
It just puts me in a place to just continue building that legacy of the guy who fought absolutely everyone, and ideally I win more than often, and that's kind of what it's become, where sometimes that 21-0 record isn't necessarily what, I'm going to say today, as in the bigger shows, UFC or ONE FC or Rise or whatever it is. Sometimes that gritty, go for broke guy who takes fights on short notice and just is a killer as well. He gets the shot too. So I think that it's just about moving forward. In some of these last couple fights that I've lost, I think that I'm still moving forward with a lot of this. I'm still improving even at 31. I feel like my body's getting better, faster, stronger almost every single day. And it's just, I love fights like this because it shows me that I am still moving forward. Excellent. And that's really what I'm here to do.
So, Johnny, when the dust settles, right, and the career comes to an end, and you spoke on your legacy and you spoke on being that guy who everyone knows is, listen, he's going to fight the best that's out there, the best available. He's going to put on a show. More than likely, he might even win those fights. You're a very dangerous fighter for so many people. Where does this end for you? What's the end goal of Johnny Campbell in mixed martial arts? Is it a coaching role? Is it what's up? What's your goal at the end, my friend?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you've built the name, you've done everything you can. Cupcakes has always been an icon. So what's the role? What's the goal?
Definitely. Yeah, Cupcakes MMA. That's what our Cupcakes martial arts.
There you go.
That's awesome.
We big bad athletes.
So assuming that coach role, that's your next move, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I even have the girl at South Florida right now, Christina Catchweight, who's a machine, and I consider her one of my students.
Excellent.
And I have people who are grappling and different grappling tournaments and whatnot, and people who are moving towards fighting. And I feel like I have a huge role in some of these people's
careers,
improvement and whatnot. So it has always been kind of the goal to move towards opening a place of my own, where I still obviously South Florida is my home, but I can make a living doing coaching as well.
Yeah.
But while the body is good, I can fight, and as I said, I'm getting better all the time. So fighting is just still what I love to do. But ultimately, coaching is what I will use my legacy to kind of legitimize my business. Yeah,
I mean, I've always told people, everyone asks me, Tom, you don't got to fight, you don't need to fight anymore, you got nothing left to prove, but from a coach's standpoint, a martial arts standpoint, I always tell my students, I'd rather be able to, be that guy that said, hey, don't do this because look what happened to me, or something like that. You want to use your experiences. A lot of coaches out there, they don't come from that fighter perspective, but you do. So that's great to hear you looking to do that role down the future. That's great. And and you mentioned you're loyal to South Shore. Bill's a great guy. He's taken you on for many years. So still keeping that as your home gym and satellite location, that's awesome to hear, man. That's great.
Now, Johnny, you've been fighting for Cage Titans, most of your career. Two great fights back to back for them in 2018. As far as
held the title,
grueling, big fights. That last fight could be a lot of debate about you could have came away with your hand raised. I'm sure you feel 100% that fight was yours. You're going into a different animal now. You felt Johnny on the grappling floor. You guys have some history in the past grappling, in some in competitions, man. Where you see this fight going? How do you feel about this matchup with Johnny? You mentioned that you're going to be probably the bigger fighter in there, but you guys have felt each other. Where do you see this fight going, and how you see it going turning out?
So I mean, I see it going wherever I'd like it to go. I mean, I believe that he will definitely be looking to get the fight to the ground. So I think that we will have clinch exchanges, but I think, unlike my last couple opponents, I think that the size will be in my favor. I think that I'll be able to handle myself in a clinch a little bit more positively, and I think I'm going to be able to get myself out of those clinch situations, continue striking, and if I want to fight on the floor, which, I mean, I definitely do, I feel that one of my strongest aspects, especially right now, is my top game in jiu-jitsu, so I'll look to most likely get it to the floor where I can display that, and he's dangerous on the ground without a doubt, but I think that I'll most likely dictate a majority of the fight, and it's just going to be about dealing with the threats that he brings to the table, which are definitely meant for sure.
Excellent, man. You're fighting at Reality. Who's coming up with you? You got you got the Cupcakes crew taking the trip with you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to have some people there. I can't wait to experience the whole event with my closest crew, pretty much. South Shore family, some of my closest friends and family will be able to make it down. It's a great venue, great opportunity, and it's going to be a nice little weekend, I think.
Excellent, man.
Now, Johnny,
Excellent.
you've been very active in 2018. Are you looking to stay as active in 2019?
Definitely. Maybe more.
Wow.
I'd have to look. If I'm like blanking on it.
Yep.
I don't think I fought the last couple of Januaries. And, I'm absolutely looking to fight as many, if not more, in 2019.
Excellent, man.
That's awesome. That's great, and that's huge for your career and everything. Question for you: being such a pioneer in the game, and again, don't take that the wrong way. It's definitely meant out of respect, fully. You know, where has MMA evolved? Where is the biggest change that you've seen in MMA? What is?
So that's a good question. I mean,
and the reason why I ask this, Johnny, is because you've just been in the game forever, right? So you've seen it, you've witnessed it, you fought it, you've done it all. So
I mean, the local scene, especially just the quality of show, the coverage of it too. Obviously, like the media, like you guys, job. So yeah, just especially at the local level, it just feels like more legitimate and just stronger than ever. It's no longer just like a cage in the middle
of a hotel room.
It's a little bit more, yeah, exactly. It's a little bit more. And even, I guess, on the UFC level, just like the amount of money and dollars that they're able to put behind some of these fights, it's pretty incredible. So, just like the media coverage and just the size of this thing, MMA is, and maybe, hopefully, it continues to grow.
Yeah, excellent. Well, Johnny, we know Mike Polvier is a good friend of yours. I mean, you guys, you fought for him so many times. A little connection between you, him, and Johnny, Mr. Nice Guy. Mike fought Johnny in an amateur kickboxing match or something like that at one time. It actually
I was there.
Say that again. You was there.
You was there.
I was there. That was one of my first MMA fights that I ever watched.
That's
locally.
awesome.
Yeah.
So all right, so I was gonna did Mike give you any pointers going in there? But I guess you've seen everything you needed to see, right?
It's been so long now too that was a crazy fight. I just remember being emotionally invested in it very much, and it was a crazy fight. Mr. Knight is an awesome fighter.
Did you lose your voice that night, John?
Yeah, I was behind home there too then. We've been playing hockey for I don't even know, 15 years.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
So, Johnny, how'd you get the name Cupcakes? Everyone asks.
Oh yeah, wait. All right, I'll let you answer.
Yeah.
Because your coach did your coach give you that name walking out? Because that's a story with
It's
South
a huge
Shore.
story.
Bill gives you the name as you're walking out to the cage, right?
Yeah, he does. Which he did, but it kind of had caught on a little bit before, and Bill likes random nicknames, and because it had started to catch on, he was just like, "Yep, that's the one." So yeah, my first fight, he threw it in. It got picked up. I don't know. There's a T-shirt company, Cupcakes. I like to eat baked goods and stuff too, so I think that maybe had something to do with it. But
Dude, it works great in promoting a fight. I mean, depending on who your opponent is. I mean, you had Jay Perrin, man, or Dan Cormier was eating cupcakes for 2 weeks, 3 weeks leading up to the fight.
Yeah, I love it. It's good stuff. It does. It's a good conversation piece.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's good. It works both ways, where it's cute and it's funny and inviting, but in some way it's kind of ironic because I am tough and I got the cauliflower ears and my nose is a little crooked. So
yeah, you're not a cupcake.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not quite a cupcake.
So, Johnny, I got a question for you because this is something that's been talked about before from promoters and just guys that I've talked to in the gym. Johnny Cupcakes has developed this Conor McGregor-esque social media presence. How much thought have you put into that?
I think it was the meme game and all that
well,
other stuff. Well, it has a lot
is
to do
that
with
part of your
Cage
game?
Titan,
Do you think,
Cage Titans
that's part of your
promoting the
game,
hell
Johnny?
out of them.
And do you think it affects your opponents?
I mean, I like to have a little bit of fun with that. I think that it can. I feel like it depends on the opponent also. I feel I like Dan. I wasn't gonna so much come at Dan with any kind of antics or anything because I respect him in a big way, and I also don't think it was. I'm gonna say shake.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really the right
No,
word.
it is. It is. It's a good word. It's a good word.
It wouldn't affect him really.
Ruffle his feathers or whatever. Yeah.
And with Perrin, I think it almost worked like too good. Like I made it too emotional, where almost like I got caught up in the hype, and then I wasn't able to like turn on the fly in the fight to I realized like, oh shit, he's not fighting emotionally like I expected to make him fight. So it can work in a lot of different ways, but ultimately when it comes right down to it, I just kind of let my inner whatever creativity, I guess if you want to call it that, and I just kind of let my fingertips do talking sometimes. I don't always think too much about it, and but I do know that I have fun. I like to, like, when I post something or I start trouble or whatever, I like to be smiling at the end of it. I'm not typically angry. It's more of like pushing a button, being like a little kid, kind of being a little asshole.
Because you've had some social media wars over the years. I mean, just like classic, like you stop and you're like, man, this guy must really hate Johnny Campbell.
Definitely.
Like
it's part of the game, and that's part of the where you say you know when Tom asked you the question about what have you seen involved in MMA, it's definitely a lot. Like the kids nowadays, they're learning to put their business and promote themselves. Either way, if it's in like being sarcastic, being talking shit. They're getting the word out there, and social media is basically making some of these fighters bigger than they actually are, and which is good and bad at the same time,
Definitely, and I think that like all news is good news in a way. Like even if you stir up some trouble and you maybe say something pretty stupid, I think in the end, what reverberates through the universe is just you in general. Like I probably have gone overboard and said some stupid things, but I think in the end people don't necessarily think of that. They just think this dude gets in social media wars. He sometimes is entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow or watch him. So
exactly.
having fun trying to stir it up.
Yeah, and definitely they know the real real person in there. You know what I mean? And they know when.
Some people.
Some people that are a little more sensitive don't get
it. Probably not. So, not for everyone.
Hey, that's a good thing to put on a shirt. Johnny Campbell, not for everyone.
All right, my man. I know I know you're busy. I know you got a lot to do. A couple of days before weigh-ins. Buddy, last thing I want to ask you, what are you going to take? What are you going to take from this fight, and what are you looking forward to in the cage on Saturday night?
I'm looking forward mostly to visualizing that entire stadium completely packed and filled with people who are screaming at me for me. So that's probably the most. And I'm just excited to be back in the cage again and with a relatively quick turnaround. Every fight lately I've been feeling a little bit more like myself, a little bit more at home, a little bit more like just like in the, I don't know, the flow. I've been feeling so much more comfortable that I just can't really wait to get back in there. So I can't wait to feel that canvas on my feet and be looking again or looking over at somebody who's thinking about trying to hurt me. That just excites the shit out of me.
Excellent, man. Last, anything more for Johnny?
Johnny, I just want to say good luck. I want to thank you as always for your just years in the game, and I think I've learned a lot from you as well, just watching you over the years. So just keep doing you, man. Congratulations. I got one last question. What advice can you give the pro MMA kid who's 20 years old, 19 years old, based on your experiences in the game?
My experience in the game, that would probably be sell tickets hard as you can. train in everything that you can possibly train in, that interests you especially, like every single thing. I think that the more the better. I think you should focus on very certain things for MMA, but I think that learning everything is really super beneficial. Some of the best fighters that I know are guys who know kind of some either like crazy different traditional martial arts or super high level G guys or whatever, but definitely so. If I'm gonna say that, know a ton of martial arts, obsess yourself with it, and fight smart fight. You know, ease your way into a difficult fight. Sometimes it's not the best way to go the route that I took, which would be take pretty much every fight you can and see what happens. That's not always the best way to do it. So definitely ease your way into hard fights.
That's awesome.
Excellent,
thank you, Johnny.
man.
I appreciate that, man.
Well, Johnny, thank you. Pleasure. It was all mine, man. First time actually getting you on the show. And, dude, man, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for taking this fight. Thank you for, all the excitement you've given to us in the past in the cage. And we're looking forward to so much more in 2019. We'll be seeing you Saturday night, brother.
Yeah, I'll see you guys then. You guys have a great night.
All right, man. Talk soon.